Yeah. All right, I see the countdown. We're about to be off. Here we go. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, there they go. All right, they're off. Okay, so here we are. This is Wings of V. To anybody who doesn't know, this is a side-scrolling action platformer, very, very difficult game made by Solgren, best known for I Want to Be the Bashi. I guess I should just say otherwise known. And we have Cake versus RisingMooon. Cake sporting his usual outfit of the cat ears, cat tail, amethyst wings, but the Azrael outfit. Meanwhile, Moon is in, looks like a full-on Azrael cosplay here. Got the red demon skin, the Azrael horns, the Azrael wings. I can't quite tell if it's the Azrael outfit as well from here. It looks like it might actually be like the Orc's outfit. As well as the skeletal tail, though. Not the Azrael tail, but the skeleton tail. And the fire trail to top it off. That's a great outfit. You know what? I'm going to say I think Moon right here has the best outfit so far. Now, I'm a little biased towards, you know, the red demon skin, the horns, you know, the kind of evil look over the angel look. It's just kind of my preference. It's a little more metal. But, you know, I think Moon's got the best thing going on here. Her outfit is cohesive. It is, you know, and it's cool. And it's not just a single set like I do, where I'm just, like, not creative enough to build a set, and instead I just put together, you know, a bunch of items of the first set. All right, so both players are grabbing the first feather here. You guys know how this works. The first feather gives you the flutter ability, which is like the Yoshi jump, which I feel much more vindicated in comparing it to that now, because not only is it true, but I don't know if you guys remember, but I asked Solgren, yo, what's with the flutter? Is it like a Yoshi jump? And he said, yes! So Moon is grabbing some secrets here, and then meanwhile Cake is cruising along. Moon nailing that sloth strat that I'm sure Cake got as well. I was just a little distracted by Moon grabbing the chicken, but I think I know what Moon's going for here. I think what Moon is saying is that... Oh! She went for Jetty Skip. I think what Moon is saying is that this is a very, very difficult race for her, being up against CakeSauc3. CakeSauc3 is the world record holder of this category. And of most of the categories in this game. And I think Moon is just saying, you know what? No matter what happens, at least I've got chicken. I think that's what she wants to say here. But she went for Jetty Skip a few times, did not end up getting it. Just so that you guys know about that skip, it is 2 frame-perfect inputs in a row, which are pretty difficult to align with, you know, kind of how fast things are moving. So... it's pretty tricky to go for that in a race. I'm pretty sure that on CakeSauc3's last race, he just nailed it first try, though, so, you know. Oh my gosh, I got really scared there. I was looking at Moon's screen, and when she left that portal, the clouds weren't exploding, and I was like, you guys, did Moon leave that portal too soon? But no, it went perfect. So, Cake just finished up Miyogi 1, while Moon is getting into Miyogi 1. But about to finish up as well, though, because it's not the hardest, longest boss in the world. It is just, you know, basically a tutorial to say that, hey, sometimes health bars are not just for portals, but for actual single enemies. And here we go. So let's see how Cake deals with this part. Oh, he's going for it. He's got the setup. Nailed it! Nice! Oh, it's so cool that people can actually do that now. That is like a that was at one point determined or thought to be not a possible trick to do every time, because it was like sub-pixel dependent and somewhat random and nobody knew how to align it. But boom! He aligned it. The alignment was figured out. Moon is not going for it though, but that is just fine. It's not that much slower to not do that, the trick, but you know, Cake is Cake, and he will do the very fastest of the fast strats. All right. And also the cycles. Oh, Moon went for a really advanced damage boost there, but was not quite exactly in the right spot. Ended up getting blasted by the demon turret there. Meanwhile, Cake is entering the Pergora fight. And how's he doing here? He's got stomps. That's not the best RNG. And we'll see how he does on the enrage here. Pergora, you know how it goes. Oh, just barely not enough. And then the high swoop. Pergora really gave Cake the business there as far as RNG goes. Everybody's favorite, you know, boss, Pergora, who the speed at which you kill that boss is completely dependent on, you know, how RNG is feeling that day. Meanwhile, Moon making her way over on the last screen before Pergora now. Cake is doing the falling skip. He's got the ruby backpack. The trademark ruby backpack. And getting as many slides in here as possible. I heard something about... Oh, he did the really fast thing there, too. And then going for the extra little slides down there. I've heard people say that that's Canaris strats. Moon is also getting not the best RNG in the world, but there she goes. Finishes off Pergora there. Cake picking up double jump now. So, Cake is going to Death Warp back here. Do the old trek towards Electram, where you skip all the checkpoints so that you don't have to backtrack after the fight. Meanwhile, we'll see how Moon handles the falling skip here. Will she get the backpack? She does! Perfect! So both players got the best skip. Is Cake? Yes! Cake is going to damage boost here. Save a little bit of extra time. Go into the Electram fight with 35 health missing. And he gets jumps first. I don't know if that's good RNG. I think it is. Okay, hang on though. Oh my gosh! Electram, why? He orbed him when he had literally 0 HP left before Enrage. That was rough. If Cake had gotten him down like 1 frame sooner on health, he wouldn't have done that orb attack right there. All right. So Moon's got her own double jump here. We'll also be moving towards the... Getting towards Pika Dancer Dave here. Is taking the checkpoints, though, for some safety. Oh, because she's also going to do the damage boost. Neato. So Moon is electing to do the damage boost, but not do the Death Warp. Interesting. I have not seen that combination of strategies before. Tanking a few hits there. Wow, really good RNG from Electram there, because he just did 3 jumps during his Spitz attack, which gives you the most opportunity to just tank and get damage in. Alright, so Cake making his way through Veil 2 here. Moon just has Electram's Enrage to get through before she gets to the next part. And Cake's coming up on a really, really pivotal part of the speedrun here. This is the Veil 2 damage boost. And Cake's very good at it. We'll see how it goes. He is one of the people who will actually skip this checkpoint right here in order to stay on cycle right here. Then do this perfect little hop above that bug. Take the hit from the bug, so he only took 15 damage there instead of 35 from the spike bar. Then he kites all these bugs over here. Oh my gosh, it's just a mess. Tank that hit. Don't get hit by that rock. Okay, all right, he's good. So, Cake beautifully just textbook nails the Veil 2 damage boost. Meanwhile, Moon finishes up Electram and is making her way toward the same part. Cake having a little bit of trouble with the old Troll Cave skip here, and as Cake does, he decided to just do the Troll Cave instead of skipping it, since he failed to skip a couple times. However, then the Troll Cave trolled him, as its name implies that it may, and ended up giving him a death. But he ended up getting the skip right after that. Dodged the rock afterwards so that he can fight Amethyst with 80 HP, because he's also going to be skipping her checkpoint in order to Death Warp past a little bit more backtracking once again. Moon coming up on the Veil 2 damage boost right now as Cake fights Amethyst. Oh, this is good. This is great. Oh, the Amethyst music just, it bumps. Moon failed the damage boost a couple times. It looks like she jumped a little bit too late and lost a little bit of her damage boost velocity or vertical height. She is going for Heartless though, since she only took the one oh, that was brutal. As she was jumping there, she got hit by a bug because it moved. Its RNG was unfavorable in the direction that it decided to move. And so that ended up eating her jump. Alright, Cake's just waiting for Amethyst to lower her shield to finish her off. And there he goes. Meanwhile, Moon, no! That was so brutal. Moon got to the very end of the damage boost, but the bugs were chasing her and shooting bug shots at her, and the rock throwing lady threw a rock in a bad spot, and she ended up running into the flame that the rock throwing wench leaves behind. For her last 15 points of damage. Pretty rough there. And yeah, that was part of the community patch, right? To have the orc ladies be consistent in their fire trails. So yeah, Moon's having some trouble with the Veil 2 damage boost here. This is that's why I said early on, this is a very pivotal part of the run. Nailing this damage boost is extremely important, and we can see, just how wrong it can go. But there is more in the run. There are things that are even more pivotal later in the run that we will see how they end up going as well, and see how the tables turn here. We'll see how the worm turns. I know that's not the right way to use that saying. I actually don't know how to properly use the phrase "as the worm turns." It sounds cool though, and it's a really sweet Faith No More song that also has a really good live version where after Mike Patton joined the band. Oh, it's great! It's great. Cake electing to tank a hit from the mine there to get through the mines just a little bit sooner. And we'll see if he goes into Dark Annihilator with 50% health. He's not. Cake is playing it a little bit uncharacteristic. What though? Did he just get water physics? Cake has what is happening? Cake has water physics. That's why he took the save. This is the first time we've seen this in the tournament. Okay, I don't even know how this works. But Cake somehow did a thing that you can do in this game where you can jump out of the water but retain your jumping water physics, where you've got like the Mega Man jumps and you can just like jump up super high. So what this is going to let him do is, well, he's going to have to fight the whole boss still. It's not like it's a boss skip or anything, but it's going to allow him right after the boss is dead, instead of having to climb up onto the boss and then run across the ceilings, he's just going to be able to jump up to the Terravine fight. So, wow, this is really, really cool. Wait a second! What's happening on Moon's screen? She's fighting Azrael above. What is happening to the game right now? I've never seen this. What? Did Moon do this on purpose? What's happening? I have literally never seen what Moon is doing right now. This is unbelievable. I'm in shock. I don't know. I can't commentate on this because I have no clue what's happening. Moon is above the Azrael or the Amethyst fight? What? She can't hit her with the beam. She doesn't even have to dodge the beam. She doesn't even... There's no fire because the fire's down there? That is unreal. Oh my gosh. This is automatically now the best fight I've ever... Or the best race I've ever seen in this game. Oh my gosh. What is happening? You know, there's no way something like that's gonna happen again. Like, maybe this race is gonna continue to just be the weirdest thing we've ever seen, and things will continue to be insane. But I'm not gonna keep my hopes up. That's gotta be the climax of the whole tournament. Oh man. Alright, so Cake's on some minecarts now, I guess. And Moon is also on some minecarts. Cake is doing... Oh my gosh, he's going for it again. Cake's going for it again. He's gonna manipulate this thing to shoot it. Oh, okay. Didn't quite happen that time. That's a really cool trick that Cake was going for right there. That he did against me in his race. And I had never seen it until I watched that back. All right, Moon's going through the spider. People call these spiders, but I don't know, you guys. It looks to me like they've only got 4 legs. I mean, like, with 4 legs, are they even insects at that point? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist or what would an entomologist? Yeah, I believe it would be an entomologist is somebody who knows about insects. I learned that from Monster Hunter World. Because video games teach you new words. So Cake is, you know, he's fighting Terravine. He's really low on health, though. That actually ended up pretty close. But, I trust Cake. He knows what's going on. They're spoders? Oh, they're not spiders, they're spoders. Got it. That makes sense. Maybe I'll have... Or spooters. Oh, we'll have to ask Solgren. Get him back in here. What are those things? He'll just probably be like, oh, they're spiders. And I'll say, Cake, why do they... Or, Cake. Solgren, why do they only have 4 legs? And then he'll just, like, DM me the shrug emote. Looks like Moon is also going for water physics here. I don't know how Cake just immediately got it first try. So they are going for tricks. These two are going for tricks. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the tricks. I have a feeling it was practiced. However, she's having a little trouble actually getting it here. Yeah, from what I know, what is this? Pixel perfect, frame perfect, sub-pixel perfect? This is probably sub-pixel perfect. If I remember hearing about the water physics trick, you know, in my Wings of V youth. Cake is skipping checkpoints. He's skipping checkpoints again. The madman using sloth strats. Oh! It did not pay off. He couldn't quite seal the deal. on that conving, and it cost him dearly. All right. Did she? Oh! Moon got it. It looked like she even, like, almost got up there before the boss started. I wonder if there's more to this water physics glitch. I seem to remember people talking about the fact that it used to be able to be used to actually skip Dark Annihilator. However, the trigger for the fight was adjusted so that it would no longer occur. But I don't know. I mean, this new tournament skip that we got seems to, you know, who knows? Who knows what shenanigans players will find next in this game. This game that was built, this is a very, very extremely well-designed game that is made very, very well on a questionable engine. So, you know, who knows what players will be able to find next in their playing and toying and manipulating with the very questionable engine that the game was built on. So Cake is fighting Craterak here, while Moon is back on the old Dark Annihilator. Yeah, and there she goes. Moon is just off and away, except... Oh, and she got it! She when the reset happened there, I thought that maybe she, like, fell in the spikes at the end and died or something. Didn't quite get the Essie skip, though. We'll see if she is going for it again. Jumped a little bit too early though, and the spike strip was in her way. So Moon is going 100% like it's swag time. Meanwhile, CakeSauc finishes up good old Craterak here. And then, oh, okay. For a second, I got concerned. Like, did I miss tournament skip? But no, that hasn't happened yet. They need to do ancient constructs first. All right, so Cake's on his way to find these 3 keys. You know, we kind of know the drill here. He didn't get the really fast cycle right there on the Mega Man 2 enemies. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's from Metal Man stage. In Metal Man stage in Mega Man 2, there's like these screws that go through the walls. It's exactly like how the Craterak spawns behave. Meanwhile, Moon on the old minecarts. I love the minecarts. You know, I was never a big Donkey Kong Country fan or Donkey Kong fan in general, but I always loved the minecart levels. However, then my brother was like, you're dumb and Donkey Kong is great, and we played Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 together, and it turns out Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 are pretty good! I still don't like the graphics, though. I think that the edges of platforms are kind of arbitrary, or not arbitrary, sorry, ambiguous, because of the way that the graphics are drawn. You know, and that's my complaint. Meanwhile, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2, is the best looking video game of all time. Is Moon gonna drive by these things? I wonder. Alright, Cake is coming up on Ancient Construct skip. Wait a second. He's fighting the Ancient Constructs! This race just won't let up with the surprises and the excitement and the fun. These two are putting on a show for us. Cake is fighting the Ancient... I was gonna make a joke about fighting the Ancient Constructs earlier, and I decided not to. Oh, okay, wait a second. He reset. I wonder why he reset. So, okay, it's time to explain it. This is the Ancient Constructs fight. Here's how this works. All right, now I get, like, the actual explanation time. So there are 3 Ancient Constructs. There are 3 statues. Each one of them has its own health bar, which is represented by a little yellow health bar, right? And as you hit any one of the statues, you do damage to its health bar, but also you deal damage to the overall health bar of the 3 bosses. If you defeat any of the 3 statues, it does a little bit of bonus damage to the boss, and then it puts that statue in. He's doing picky. He's not only fighting ancient constructs. I believe he is going for the picky achievement. We'll get into that in a second. When you actually defeat one of the statues, it goes into an enrage phase where that statue will do a special attack on you for a little bit while all 3 statues are invulnerable. And then, once that attack is complete, that statue then becomes invulnerable for the next phase while it recharges its HP. However, if you wait long enough, it will actually put its HP back down. Or, I mean, it will put its shield back down once it's back full on HP. So then there is actually an achievement to only enrage the same statue every time. And as you see, each statue has a theme to it. The one on the right shoots out these eyeballs. If it's yellow and open, that means that it can see you and you need to destroy it. If it's pink and closed, that means it cannot see you and you just need not touch it. If you do touch it, it will attack you. Now, the left statue shoots out these like Castlevania Medusa head type enemies that kind of just snake around, and the middle statue shoots lasers at you. Similarly, their enrage attacks are like a special, like super powerful version of their regular attack that they do. Okay, Cake is coming up on tournament skip now. It's gonna be really exciting. So Cake got picky, which is really funny because that achievement is super hard. And then, okay, he missed the tournament skip. Oh, and he cutscene glitched. Okay, Cake just cutscene glitched. If you try to skip a cutscene on the very first frame of the cutscene in this game, you get locked into the cutscene. Sometimes it's a complete soft lock, and sometimes it just means that you have to watch the cutscene without skipping it. Otherwise, you can just hit F2 to go back to the main menu and reload your save file. So yeah, he went for tournament skip, not going for library skip though. He wants to show us the DLC area, the library. And he's going left? I always go right there. Oh man. I thought my voice was back, but this race is way too hype, and I'm gonna I'm gonna lose my voice again by the end of this. Oh my gosh. All right. So Cake went through the library. So by the way, if any of you are wondering about the library skip that we're always yakking about, and everybody does it, that's what it skips. The little bit of like the little Metal Gear Solid section that he just skipped there. So I believe Cake's probably gonna do something really swag right here that I freaked out about the first time I saw it. Yup. Oh, and he went just too low. It looks like there's room for V to fly down there. However, the death barrier is a little higher up than you'd expect. So so it's really easy to accidentally tap V's toes on the death barrier and just die. All right. So didn't go for it that time. Meanwhile, it looks like Moon is going to be coming up on Karadarak here. Karadarak. Karadarak's a good boss. I like him. Or her. I don't really know. Karadarak might just not, might not necessarily be biologically, what's the word? Categoriable? Classifiable? That's probably the right word. Who knows? It's some weird alien thing. It's like when people complain about like anatomy things that don't make sense. Like I remember there was this one loading screen on World of Warcraft where the Blood Elf's belly button was in a weird spot, and I was like, it doesn't look right. It's like the belly button. It's way too low. Who drew this? And then I realized, wait a minute. Who am I to question the anatomy of this fictional fantasy race that somebody else made up? I don't know what they're like. The game is all the information I have. So, that was a valuable lesson that I learned. Basically, I learned to never question anything in video games because, maybe there's an explanation for it. All right. So Cake Cake skipped the checkpoint in front of Miyogi 2, by the way, which means if he fails this Miyogi 2 fight, he's got an extra checkpoint to go back to. But, you know, it saves a second, right? Saves like a second, probably. Something like that. In this house, we hate Craterack. There will be no Craterack love in the under roof. Meanwhile, Moon defeated Craterack, making her way to the Ancient Constructs now. Did he get it? Did he get it? Yes! Cake got the Miyogi 2 skip. Excellent, excellent. Now we have nothing to worry about as far as him, you know, having to redo any checkpoints or anything. So there you go. It was perfectly acceptable for him to skip that checkpoint because it paid off. You know, like, okay, here's the thing, though. People always say, like, let's just lava skip. Nice. Let's just say that Cake died. And then somebody would say, it wasn't worth it. You know? Someone, or like you go into a curse room in the Binding of Isaac and there's nothing good in there and people say, oh, it wasn't worth it. Well, was it, though? Wasn't it? The question is, would you do it again? Because the answer is, if you would try skipping that checkpoint again next time. Oh, that was a brutal death for Moon. If you would go into that curse room in the Binding of Isaac next time, then it was worth it, right? What was worth it was the opportunity. It was only not worth it if you wouldn't do it again. Meanwhile, Cake does not have to worry about any black holes here. Nails the password. Death warps back here. Now he's making his way off to what used to be Oga Skip, but instead he just skipped Oga Skip. Results-oriented thinking. That's a good way to put it. That's what I'm... Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I'm complaining against here. But I suppose it's a little dangerous thinking. I mean, the way that I'm thinking, you could very easily apply to, like, gambling, you know, and say, like, sure, I'm down $10,000, but it was still worth it every time because I might have won 10 million. You know, I can see where my way of thinking could be dangerous. But, I mean, that's the thing, though. You take the same exact... Oh! Cake did the thing I showed him! I showed him a little thing where you slide right there, and he was like, yeah, that probably does save like 0.1 seconds. And he did it. I'm so happy. I taught Cake a thing. Anyway, it's like a little slide that you do right there. It's like 0.1 seconds faster. I'm really happy. But no, what I was saying is that, like, if you go into a million curse rooms, the Binding never show up right, or you skip Miyogi 2's save point a million times and it never pays off, then yeah, at some point it's gonna stop being worth it. So I still stand by it. I still stand by it. Gate jump. Cake got the musicless chambers, and he is doing the Twin Orcs quick kill. Meanwhile, Moon is moving her way up to... I actually missed if she did tournament skip there. I guess we'll find out very soon. And there we are. So the Twin Orcs quick kill, pretty difficult. Pretty difficult. I've been practicing it myself, and I actually got it in a run, which I was very proud of. But it took a lot of practice. And Cake nails it, though. Makes it look easy, as always. He is now... Oh, once again, Cake instinctively tried to skip the cutscene that no longer exists because he did tournament skip. Meanwhile, Moon making her way up the elevator, everybody's favorite auto-scroller. I didn't see how much sass she gave the brutes, though. I love that little skip that Cake and some others do right there. I mean, it's not a skip. We throw the word skip around so much. It's just a faster way to do that jump. But it's hard. It's like Jetty Skip, except a million times easier. Whoa! Cake got a Taz platform also there too, so he was able to get through that part just a little bit faster. Fancy dancy! Lots of tricks! They're pulling out all the stops for tricks. Oh my gosh, though. Look at this. I've seen Cake do this before. Some people have like a really cool sloth strat that they've started using. I want to say Ziggy might have like spearheaded it. In order to get through the climb faster, but Cake, his strategy there is pretty fast as well, where he just shoots the worms with a couple orbs and then greeds them very, very fast. Da 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 da. All right, Moon coming up on Miyogi 2 skip. Let's go. Oh, that looked good. It looked good. Yeah. Nailed it. Perfect. And she's on her way to flawlessing this boss as well. I mean, it doesn't matter. And of course, she got hit just as I said that. It doesn't matter. She's gonna beat the fight because she got Miyogi skip with full health. But it would have been neat, you know. Would have been neat. And lava skip. Oh, nice. Cake doing his super swag version of Space Meatball here that saves a little bit of time by not taking checkpoints and just jumping into the places instead of taking the meatball gas. It's nuts. I would be far too afraid to do that. And making his way through the gauntlet as well. Meanwhile, Moon gets past the maggots and maggot queens. And Cake gets through the gauntlet. That strat was pretty Gravelord neato. I liked it a lot. Moon, password first try. Excellent. Cake's fighting Azrael. So yeah, now we see Moon's looks pretty Azrael inspired, which I like. Azrael, good looking boss, good looking character. Moon getting to the ceiling room as well. I like the ceiling room a lot. Super fun part of the game. Not an auto scroller, which is a good thing. It's a good point. I mean, it's the opposite. It hinders your ability to not go fast, but you can go as fast as you can go. It's like that spot earlier in what do you call it? The floating keep. There's that one like first part right after those auto turrets or the demon turrets. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Oh my gosh, Cake! Having a bit of trouble closing that portal there. He's got very little room here. Oh my gosh. A late Azrael death from Cake? That is rough. I mean, that was really rough. Basically, Azrael spawned... He had only 20 health left. And Azrael spawned that demon portal in like a really nasty spot where he wasn't able to get it down soon enough. But he was able to get away from it, but then only had like very, very little room to actually, you know, dodge the rest of her attacks. And it just became too much. So yeah, I mean, there you go. Azrael is just the ultimate, you know... the ultimate equalizer. Everyone will die to Azrael late in the fight at some point. Doogada-doogada-pa, doogada-doogada-pa, doogada-pa. Moon also going for Twin Orcs quick kill here. Working very well here. Has her damage on purple is pretty much perfect. took one extra hit there. Hopefully that'll all work out. Ooh, yeah, excellent. Beautiful Twin Orcs quick kill from Moon. Meanwhile, Cake finishes up Azrael there. And there we go! And Cake is now making his way to the final pair of bosses in the game while Moon enters the Path of Decay. I gotta say, Moon, I think, is really keeping up. Like, as far as like how many tricks were done early on in the race and like going for a couple swag strats that kind of lost a little bit of time and stuff. Moon, like the Jetty skip, for example, the water physics, the Essie skip. Moon went for a lot of swaggy tricks. And is really keeping up very well with Cake here, only being the Path of Decay is length behind. The Path of Diddy Kong, that's what. We already talked about Donkey Kong. There were mine carts involved. That's about all we know. All right, Cake getting right up in Joul's grill. I almost called Joul Cake Sauce just now because I was looking down at his nameplate. All right, so Cake is playing this super aggressive here, taking a lot of damage. However, that triple headshot should have probably done the job. Yep, and Joul is down very, very fast. That Joul fight was extremely fast. So he is now on his way to Supreme Joul. Whoa! Wait a second. I can't tell if Cake did that on purpose. I don't think so. It was a little silly. I mean, he waited for the angels on purpose, but falling off that jump was a little silly. Oh, Moon doing a little bit of swag on this first bone snake here. Doing the slalom. And let's see how this J2 fight goes. How many lasers will be tanked? Oh, Moon was going for a fast bone snake there, and accidentally kind of got stuck in the snake, and then eaten by the ether spikes up there. As far as V memes go, I'm not tired of ether spikes yet. Oh, Cake got burned by the Gram there, and he is going for a laser tank. If he doesn't tank a scream, it's not enough swag. And here we go, Moon's on her demon form. Meanwhile, Cake, there he goes. GG to Cake, finishes up J2 with about 42-31, I think, in-game time, something like that. And that was, oh my gosh. Like, how can somebody go for so much swag and kind of miss a bunch of stuff because they were going for swag and then still get a time better than so many other people? Sub 45 is a really, really good race time. So, I'm sure Cake will join in for a interview pretty soon here. Meanwhile, he's going to go grab the birthday ribbon, all wrapped up. If you guys don't know, that birthday cake and ribbon was added on this game's first year anniversary as just a fun little happy birthday Wings of V. And the game also went on sale at that time. It was neat. And I see Cake Sauce here. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty well. How are you?
I am very good. This race, you guys pulled out all the stops on swag. That was nuts.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Like I was okay. You did water physics. I was losing my mind at water physics because I've never actually seen it before, and then seeing it in a race was really, really neat. And then at the same time, Moon was fighting Amethyst above the arena, which I've never even heard of. So it was nuts.
Yeah, the Amethyst thing above the arena is pretty cool. It doesn't really save any time or anything, but it's neat.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you don't have to dodge any of your attacks because they just don't exist up there.
Yeah, a lot of them don't.
But yeah, you went for a lot of swag. A few things got slowed down, and then there were a couple accidental things like the late Azrael kill. But I mean, being able to get sub 45 after like all that silly business is really, really great.
Yeah, it was a fun race. Me and Moon had agreed beforehand to do some stuff, so
I mean,
I actually didn't know about all the things she was gonna do, so I threw in some of my own stuff. But hopefully, we both had fun.
Yeah, it was really, really fun to watch because there was swag happening left and right. And you also hit 1,000 hours on Steam playing Wings of V today, I heard.
Yeah, that's true. I've put a lot of time into this game now. Got the 4 digits, man.
Nice.
All right. Where's Moon at?
Moon is about to enter Azrael and is entering Azrael right now.
Sweet.
In fact, let me just...
Hopefully Azrael's a little kinder to her than she was to me.
Yeah, yeah. What I saw in your fight was like she put a portal at the end. You only had 20 health, and she put a portal in a really nasty spot, and then you didn't quite get it down, and so you were able to get away from it, so it didn't kill you, but then just had very, very little space to dodge the rest of her attacks.
Yeah, that was the main problem. Was just couldn't get to an edge of the screen, which just means things are more difficult.
Yeah.
Which it was my mistake for letting my HP get down that low, but
Moon is doing pretty well here. She's gotten hit a couple times, but has plenty of health. Azrael is pretty low on health. She's got the right side of the stage under control here. No big portals. Keeping the platforms up. Just a textbook Azrael fight here. However, she let that 4th platform go and hasn't gone back to reclaim it yet. Probably because Azrael is just hanging out above it and won't go away. There we go. Wait a second. Whoa. She like fell off. I'm guessing that she has to oh my gosh. She double killed with Azrael. She defeated Azrael and at the same time looked like fell off the platform off to the side. And then had to take that moment of silence. The old like what just happened moment of silence that we see so often.
Dang, that's rough. Some bosses in this game you can double kill, but Azrael's not one of them.
Yeah. Even though she has a cutscene. Or what's the deal? It's like if there's a cutscene then you can't double kill? Or is it that you can? I don't remember exactly what like the rules are.
I don't know if there's like a specific rule that way. I just know which ones you can and cannot.
Right.
I know on J2 you can. Terravine you can if you get the toolbox. Craterack you can if you die on top of the portal spawn.
You can double kill J2?
Yeah. As long as you're standing on the ground when J2 dies.
Oh, okay.
It's really weird.
Oh, yeah, because I was kind of playing with that the other day where, like, if you kill him and then he's kind of moving off to his spot where he explodes and dies, if you jump up and kind of float around, the cutscene doesn't start until you hit the ground.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
So it used to like make people bad because runners used to double kill J2 and runs all the time on like PB attempts. And then if they would die in the air, they would just like have their heart broken. Or as if they died on the ground, they would have like this hype moment of, wait, it counted!
Alright. So Moon, clean Amethyst, or Azrael kill there. Making her way into the Heart of the Baneful. I DM'd you the link in case you want to co-commentate. I'm not sure if you're into that.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, I know I already talked about Mega Man 2 with the Craterack spawn enemies, but then we've also got the old ice platform, Iceman section. And good old Heart of the Baneful. You know, this checkpoint used to scare me a lot, but I've gotten used to it now. We'll see though. Moon likes to not slow down for the Shark Tooth, and she doesn't slow down here. She nailed it though. I mean, she does not hit that spike very often.
Oh, Moon wearing a very different outfit with her V this time than I'm used to.
Yeah. Really, I like the outfit a lot though. Like, at first it looks like it's just all Azrael stuff, but I think her outfit is actually the Orc's outfit, and she's got the skeletal tail on as well.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Orc stuff.
And the fire trail as well. The fire trail is really neat.
It is definitely neat. I dig this outfit. It's cool.
I would personally just go all out Azrael, but I feel like the wings are like slightly too big and kind of distracting for me.
I used to use, like when I first was picking up this game as a run, I used to use full Azrael, except I would use my Yogi's wings.
Okay, yeah, see, that makes sense.
My Yogi's wings were cool with that outfit. Alright, going for the Lust strats. And getting the Enrage on J1 here, so that just means you let the yellow bar fill up all the way, either from touching the skull too much or from the ceiling cloud too much.
Yeah, I'm sure we've seen... What, is someone bit donating you? I've seen a little bit of... Oh, I completely lost my train of thought there. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know if we've seen the Enrage race yet. We probably have.
Yeah, I think we have. It's just pretty rare.
I mean, if you end up getting like trampolines into the cloud above, though, it can happen really easily because that gives you a ton of yellow bar. It's not trampoline isn't the right word, and nor is lever. I was watching Jeopardy the other day, and they mentioned that gymnasts use like a lever like that, like a seesaw like that, in order to launch each other, and there was a name for it. And I feel like that would be the correct name to use. Because it's like, you're a person launching another person.
Chat pointing out that J1 took a spike to the knee.
Oh yeah, I think wow. I made that joke in Chris's channel the other day.
That's fantastic. Moon mistiming that dive a little bit. Should be fine though.
Oh, those were some nasty grapes as well.
She got burned by the demonic symbol in the background too. Mm-hmm. So she was on fire, and then she got graped, and she missed the dive. So yeah, she just wanted to take the reset. I
saw you hit the burnogram a little bit as well.
Yeah, man. Sometimes those burnograms are in the worst places.
Yeah,
and there's just not much you can do about them if you're trying to play aggressive.
Yeah, particularly like during the dive. If it's in a bad spot, that is like super rough.
Yeah, like you can kind of do this timing thing where like you don't go, because like the worst is when it goes on top of the ice trap. So most people will go and set up there and then time it before they slide away.
Right. So like, if it's there, you have to like slide in and then slide out, and it's
or you can do the thing where like you slide in and jump above it and then fall and then slide out. But it's obviously a little bit tricky. It's something most people don't feel comfortable going for.
Yeah, that makes sense though. There is a Q for the dive attack. There's a couple different Qs that people use. The right side is really easy. There's like a reflection highlight line in the background that right as Amethyst's shield intersects it is when he dives. So that one on the right side is super easy. The left people do different things. Some people use an audio cue where they like count to the music, I think is what Shark said. What I do is I just look at Amethyst because Amethyst like hovers over towards the right, and as she slows down, it's like just as she slows to a stop that he dives.
Yeah, I use the visual cue. Shark uses the audio cue.
Ooh, rough laser there. She's okay. Oh, she went for that health orb just too late, and then ended up missing it. Very good read on the boss there, though.
One thing a lot of people don't realize, just like playing this or watching it casually, is like the bubbles for the health orbs. Those actually expire more quickly once you hit the enrage phase.
Yeah.
Oh, the worm.
Late J2 death to a worm. Just the worst, but also just something that is really, really common. Because the thing is, the worms only come late in the fight, and it's really easy to die to to screw up the worms, and if you do, you're very often dead. So a late death to a worm is a little bit more common than we'd like to than we'd like to admit. Good RNG on J2's scream position there. She stood a little close though and ended up kind of getting bumped by his horn. But that'll probably be alright.
Most likely.
Alright, and into enrage. Oh geez. Okay. Wow. What? That was a weird enrage. He did a bite right away.
And luckily he didn't do anything too crazy. Sometimes he'll do like, a 720 or something randomly before he decides to commit.
Yeah, right. And he'll just like shoot straight into your face in a way that like isn't his normal movement pattern. All right, coming up on the ending once again here.
She's got this.
Oh,
taking the laser. She's like, I'm done with this, boss. I've had it.
Yeah, good game to Moon as well. That was a fantastic show from both of you guys. Very, very fun to watch.
Well, GG to Moon. Get your GGs out in chat, everybody.
And let's take a quick look at the brackets here. It looks like Cake, you will be moving on in order to race whoever wins between Shark and Solid Squall are the pair that's going to fight for their position to race you in round 2. Meanwhile, Moon is bumping down to the bonus bracket and will be going against the loser of the Shark versus Squall match. So that will be exciting. And that Shark versus Squall match, by the way, when is that happening? That looks like it's going to be on Saturday at 9 a.m. But before that, on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time as well, we're going to have Ziggy versus Fraslo. Yeah.
Hey,
and then Sunday, we're going to have Frozen versus Canaris. So that's all of our races for the week lined up. And Moon, how are you?
I am doing fairly well, except for the fact that my game was super choppy and I have no idea why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're on Windows 10, right? Windows 10. It can cause all sorts of weird, unfortunate things. So hopefully you end up figuring that out very soon and getting the game running smoothly. But even so, though, that was a really, really fun race to watch. Both of you guys were just like busting out all kinds of tricks, some of which I've never seen before. So that was really fun.
I gotta be honest, I really enjoyed showing it all off and just practicing all the strats.
Yeah. Yeah, the amethyst
And I
fight
even
specifically.
Oh yeah, I've no idea what killed me at the end.
Oh yeah, the Azrael fight. You died at the very end. You double killed her, and it looked like you just didn't land back on the platform or something. I don't know. I didn't see it, but that's like all that could have happened.
See it said -20, so I took damage. I just don't know from what.
Okay, so it was just a damage and not a falling thing. Yeah, I was confused as well. And there was the little moment of silence where you kind of sat on the defeat screen for a second, wondering about it.
Yeah.
We all knew exactly what was happening. But the amethyst fight though, early in the run, I lost my mind. I've never seen that before or even heard of it. It was crazy.
I was actually most excited about that one. I was so glad I could show it off.
Yeah. I have to go back and see how you got into the fight because I didn't even set it up because Cake was doing Water Physics Dark Annihilator at the same time and I was watching that. And then I looked over and was like, wait a second, that amethyst fight does not look right.
Yeah,
So-
Moon. I saw that you went for chicken early, according to the chat reactions I was seeing. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna grab the mushroom. So I grabbed the mushroom at the grottos. And then we had both agreed before the race to do water physics on DA. So I went for that, but then I got it first try. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, it took me a while.
It's a hard one.
All right, well that was a very good race, and we got the next things coming up. So Moon, your next opponent will be the loser of the Shark versus Squall match, and yeah, I hope we're all looking forward to the next races, and make sure to follow the runners, and you can follow me on commentary if you want as well.
Yeah, follow Dash, he's awesome.
Have yourselves a wonderful day. And we will see you very soon for more Wings of V races. Thanks, everybody!
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.